Hi guys, today we're going to take a sneak peek at the best soundbar on the market, so if you're planning on buying one, you've come to the right place. Do check out the description below for all the featured products and their buy links. Let's get started. Best all-in-one, Sonos Arc. The Sonos Arc is a big, sleek, premium soundbar that sounds every bit as good as you'd expect from a $1,154 speaker. It looks the part. Despite being about the length of a 55-inch TV, it is neither thick nor tall, making it easier to position on the wall or on a TV stand. It is simple to set up and use, combined with Sonos speakers, and has extensive music service support. The regular TV sounds good with super clear vocals, but feed it with a Dolby Atmos soundtrack and be rewarded with genuinely immersive full-rendered sounds and surprisingly good height elements. It comes into its own with music, though, completely blowing away the competitors. It simply sounds fantastic. Using Arc makes it simple to connect, but invites the same infuriating lip sync issues that can plague other soundbars, particularly with TV services such as Sky and Virgin in the UK. It might be pricey and lengthy, but the Arc is just about the best sounding soundbar you can get. Maybe think twice if you have Sky. Best budget, JBL Bar 2.1 Deep Bass. The JBL Bar 2.1 Deep Bass keeps things simple. It's a single soundbar and wireless subwoofer combo with Bluetooth streaming. There's no fancy video like the Roku Smart Soundbar or the flawed JBL Link Bar, no multi-room audio like the Sonos Beam, no built-in Alexa or Google Assistant like, well, pretty much every other speaker these days. Instead, it just sounds good, in large part because of, you guessed it, deep bass. The JBL puts more bombast in your TV viewing than either of its under $350 competition I've reviewed recently, namely the Polk Signa S3 and the Vizio V21. The giant sub gives the JBL an impressive dynamic range, which is most helpful with blockbuster movies. What this soundbar lacks in refinement and atmosphere, it compensates with pure brawn. The main speaker is small, a popsicle stick shape, 28-inch bar, clad in the company's customary gunmetal gray. It has a set of controls on top for volume, power, and source, and the grille-covered front includes an LED readout, which is relatively easy to comprehend, especially compared to Vizio's. The JBL is limited to Bluetooth for playing music from your phone. It also has optical digital, 2 HDMI inputs, and Dolby Digital decoding. The main soundbar speakers comprise 4 full-range drivers and 2 1-inch tweeters. The JBL compensates by adding some presence sparkle to its hefty bass response, which helps boost the intelligibility of dialogue and the impression of detail. Best value, Klipsch Cinema 600. The Cinema 600 is a 3.1 setup from 2020. Its balanced sound profile is suitable for listening to many different types of audio content, and its dedicated subwoofers help reproduce an extended low bass. It gets loud enough to use at crowded parties, and there are even a few sound enhancement features to help you customize its sound and improve vocal clarity in movies and TV shows. While it supports surround content, it doesn't provide an immersive listening experience. Also, it doesn't support Dolby Atmos content, which is disappointing. The Klipsch Cinema 600 has a similar design to the Klipsch Bar 48. The bar is mainly made of plastic, and there's fabric covering the top, front, and part of the bottom side of the bar. At each end of the bar, speakers are made of solid plastic. Best Smart, Sonos Beam Generation 2. The Beam Generation 2 not only lives up to the high bar set by its predecessor, but extends it by a margin that's more than justifies its new feature set and higher cost. The decision by Sonos to use processing power and forward-facing drivers to recreate Dolby Atmos has paid off with more capable and effective handling of the format than many more expensive soundbars with upward-firing drivers. The Sonos Beam Gen 2 is simply the best Atmos soundbar at this price point, and it elevates itself yet further with its streaming smarts, compact design, and expert handling of motion, depth, and space. Atmos aside, it sounds incredible, reaching more profound than the Beam Generation 1, with more refinement, a warmer treble, and a more comprehensive dynamic range. The Beam Generation 1 might skim over specific complex sounds. The Gen 2 has a greater capacity to take them on, consistently resulting in a richer, more nuanced, and varied listening experience. Best for gaming, Creative Blaster X Katana. When it comes to making inexpensive Bluetooth speakers, I've always had a good experience with Creative Labs. But the Creative Sound Booster X Katana isn't just a Bluetooth speaker. The Katana was designed for gamers to be the first under-monitor speaker system for anyone who wants to up their setup. Now, I wouldn't consider myself a gamer, but I dabbled in the occasional game on my PS4, and I'm rapidly approaching level 30 in Splatoon 2 on my Nintendo Switch. I know, pretty impressive. But despite my lack of gaming cred, the system shouldn't affect how the speaker sounds. So when I got a chance to check it out, of course I said yes. The Creative Sound Blaster X Katana isn't what I would consider cheap, around $300, but it's worth the money. Both the soundbar and the subwoofer are mainly plastic. The Creative Sound Blaster X Katana soundbar seems well put together. It resembles an oddly shaped spaceship more than an ancient Japanese weapon, but it still feels pleasant to touch. All the inputs are on the back, and it's a pretty basic layout depending on your setup. From left to right, you get the power input, the subwoofer connector, mic in, 3.5mm headphone jack, aux in, optical input, and a USB input if you have music on a flash drive that you want to play.
Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, then hit the like button and subscribe to our channel if you loved it. Take a moment to hit the bell icon so you'll get notified of all our new latest uploads.